We are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing episodes of the Walking Dead universe. Sometimes we give you news, sometimes we make you laugh, but most times we go deep. What we have for you today is a heavily condensed version of our live stream recorded on October 8th of 2022 that was initially supposed to be covering the news coming out of the Walking Dead panel at New York Comic-Con 2022. What ended up happening is while we were covering the news, we discovered that there was a live stream of the panel, which is highly unusual for New York Comic-Con. ReedPop's website, Popverse, ended up posting the live feed. We only jumped onto it midway through the live stream of the panel and decided to actually put in some money so that we can get the replay of that panel. We've made all of that available to you and more. We're going to be cutting out a lot from our coverage because some of it just didn't really fit the flow for audio consumption. Though at the time, it was kind of exciting to react with the crowd. And if you want to join us in future live streams, there's two things you can do. One, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/squawkingdead. Make sure to enable all notifications so that you're notified whenever we drop anything on our channel. Otherwise, you will not receive many or any updates. That's just the way that YouTube works, unfortunately. The second thing you might be able to do, should you decide to be more involved with the podcast, you can create a free account at ko-fi.com or patreon.com and just follow us at ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead. You don't have to buy us a coffee. You don't have to join a membership tier on either. All you need to do is follow. It's the only way you're going to be able to get our recording schedules, be it an upcoming interview, an upcoming live stream, or an upcoming special interview, of which we've had many lately. But should you decide to buy us a coffee, you'll get 30 days of access to our supporter back content at ko-fi.com/squawkingdead, or if you join a membership tier on either Ko-fi or Patreon, the party just keeps on rolling. And if you've been skittish in the past to join a membership tier at ko-fi.com/squawkingdead, we've made it very, very enticing for you to join any of the membership tiers on patreon.com/squawkingdead. There are some member benefits when you join, depending on which tier you join. All tier members will receive a sticker after 3 months. The Whisperers tier will receive a free t-shirt after 3 months, and both Whisperers and Survivors tier members on either platform will receive shoutouts at the end of the episodes. There are tons of opportunities for both Whisperers and Survivors tier members to join in the fun, whether it's playing a round of Jackbox games live on stream with us, or as in the case with this live stream, we sent out a call to all Whisperers and Survivors tier members to join us on stream, reacting with us live on camera and mic as the news comes out, or in the case of this episode, as we reviewed the footage from the Walking Dead panel at New York Comic-Con 2022, which brings us back to the reason why we're here. In any case, I hope you really enjoy our reactions to and news coverage of the Walking Dead panel at New York Comic-Con 2022. And without further ado, screen share time.
Hey, Linda. Hey, Takira. Hey, Steph.
Hi, guys.
Just saw Chris Hardwick as well, opening up here from The Walking Dead on AMC. This is insane. There may be tears. This is the final panel for the Mothership show. Chris Hardwick. I love his little Doctor Who scarf-ish thing.
Yeah.
Eleanor Matsura looking great from Zaynap. Zay, Negan, Carol on Twitter.
Hi, Pam.
The cast is finally here. Sorry, I can't say hi to you. I'm moving at 10,000 miles per minute right now.
I'll say hi. You just keep doing what you're doing. It's fine.
Thank you. This is from Julian Cannon.
Our favorite, I guess, former villain, I suppose, Jeffrey Dean Morgan!
Yeah, I guess they called out Eleanor Matsura. I don't know who that is. Scott Gimple. Jeffrey D. Morgan.
Please also welcome to the stage our shrewd reporter, Connie, Lauren Ridlow!
Lauren Ridlow!
You're like pretty good at that, Dave.
Okay.
Did you work in a strip club previously?
We're going to get dinged for just the freaking music. Thanks, Julian. It's not his fault. See, T-Dawk and D-World is not around to live tweet the New York Comic Con panel. Boom. So we're the only one.
Hi, Leslie.
Oh, look, Jamie's there. Jamie, it's Jamie, UMITS, Jamie, JAMI, is at New York Comic Con. She went to our panel years ago, in 2019, with BMNY Dadcast, but now Beauty and the Beast, and Meg the Geek, who was with us, both of us.
One of our family members on Instagram is there too, Grace.
She came down from Boston?
Yeah, her Instagram handle is carabast.cosplays, and I'm not sure what her Twitter handle is.
Oh, look. Jamie put out another photo. That's the screen behind them. Michael James Shaw is there. Lauren Cohan, Paolo Lazaro, Norman Reedus, Lauren Ridloff, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I just can't make out who that is, but I'm assuming it's Eleanor Matsura. Gotta rep Batman KM. Jessica T. Cause, Jessica TNY on Twitter.
Oh, she's got the Living with the Walking Dead exhibit.
She has the tote.
What that is?
Yeah, the tote.
Or is it just a different one?
Well, it looks like one of those travel backpacks things. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. No, it's that picture. Yeah, it's the picture from Living with the Walking Dead.
Yeah. Julian Cannon reporting. JDM and Lauren talked about missing SDCC when they were filming Dead City. TBD Dead City. This is JDM getting swarmed by photographers. Thank you. Sorry,
God,
everybody.
I thought that person was taking a picture with like a freaking Nintendo Switch.
I'm seeing this. Okay. All the characters evolve into their... So Gimple says all the characters evolve into their final Pokemon, as it were. Okay. Kind of expected that from Gimple. Yeah.
Gimp.
Renee Larchevêque. Renee 65 2003 is showing Norman Reedus leaving Pallyfest.
Bravo, way to go, Lisa.
They had to rush from Pallyfest over to New York Comic Con really fast. That's really sweet of him.
Yeah, that is. He like doesn't have any time and he's still stopping to take photos. That's sweet.
Jamie is reporting they showed us the opening minutes for 11:18 and the way people cheered when Mercer showed up. I'm so happy Michael James Shaw is here to experience all the love in person. Yay! That's at UMITSJAMI on Twitter. It's Jamie.
Rachel says that she doesn't have to get ready for work for another 30 minutes, so she should probably get her tuchus on here.
Get your bony butt. Honest. Julian Cannon reports they showed us this on screen. Gimple made this note on Denai's first episode of TWD. Please note this is not real blood. I work for The Walking Dead. It's from the Wyndham stationery.
Hotel stationery. I love that.
That's great.
I love that.
And we heard about that story too.
Takira said that she knows that she's late, but that she loved the Teo interview.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
It was very fun to meet.
Oh my
Teo.
God. If this works out, we have one last thing in store for you with regards to that. So
just be on the lookout.
Yeah. Be on the lookout.
Like really soon.
Yeah, really soon, because I still have to plan that. But if you want the goods, everybody, you have to follow us at ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead, because sometimes you get to be in the audience when these things happen. So I haven't released the details. I don't know if it's happening for sure, but I'm going to plan for it in the event that it does. It's going to be a good companion for our episode breakdown as well. So Donnie's here. Of course, Norman is sitting next to Lauren Ridloff. Of course, yeah, that's happening, right, guys?
Yes, because they're not people. They're just characters.
They're just characters. They don't exist. Hey, look, it's Derek. It's Derek meeting TW family. He's from the West Coast. Norman's picture of choice to share with everybody on screen. That's Norman Reedus and what is his name? Okay, Michael Rooker, thank you. Who's a Jersey girl?
Takira's a Jersey girl.
Oh, I grew up in Jersey. I grew up in Wayne, New Jersey for the longest time. Hey, Rachel.
That's cool. You guys just don't want me around anymore. I get
Rachel.
Bitch, I wish you good luck at Cat's Meow.
Stop it.
Yep.
On Instagram.
Stop it.
This bitch.
That's cool. I see how y'all really feel about me.
She's airing out her public laundry.
You are so full
our
of shit.
laundry.
Dog.
You're so full of shit right now.
All right. Hi, Rachel. Hi, everybody. This is Cosmom Zero and I'm Rachel Bird, everybody.
Hey.
Okay, Norman said that Norman said that he
That was
loves
cheering,
working
apparently.
with Melissa McBride and noted that everything is okay, quote unquote. Why? Because then everybody's going to say, quote unquote, everything's okay. No, he's quoting
What are the quotes
Norman by saying everything's okay between them.
That
Stop
was
it, everybody.
His verbatim choice of words.
That's
Everything's
the verbatim
okay.
quote.
I doubt
Not
Norman used air quotes.
I mean, I could just see Norman like everything's quote unquote okay. What was that?
Everything's okay.
Lauren's favorite moment was everybody from a nice birthday is what Julian's saying. Nice birthday. Oh, look, there's
There's our man Scott.
there's Tyler. There's Scott, Kenrick Green, Andy Lincoln, obviously.
And Noah.
Oh, and yeah, that's Sonika Martin Green.
I'll
Hey.
never get over it. I'll
Our
never get
babies,
over
Christian
it.
Serratos. Was that Stephen Young in the background?
Yeah, I think so.
It's great. Well, okay, let's report. There's kind of a disappointed lack of time for questions, quite honestly, but I was just excited being their presence today and getting to interact with them. That's Renee. She's responding to somebody else.
That's fun, Renee.
Norman says he loves TWD props. I think I have one for every season, but only one crossbows. I don't know. He doesn't know how to talk.
No,
He means both.
he has all of he has every crossbow except for the one from
okay, season 1.
except
Okay,
for one of them.
Oh.
right.
One of the seasons he didn't get to.
I'm not wrong in like not understanding that at first, right?
It's
Don't
because
everybody
it's
say.
it's a referential. No, because it's a referential quote, and so he didn't say crossbows. That was like previously mentioned in the conversation.
That was from the official Walking Dead AMC account. Oh, hey, Dottie. JDM said he was only supposed to be on TWD for only 3 years and never expected to be on this long. Thanks, Julian.
Hi, Dottie. Say it like.
If you're
Hey,
on,
Dottie.
I don't see you.
oh, hey, look at that. That's JDM's photo. Thanks, Julian. Julian Cannon on Twitter.
Aw.
I think it's JDM's so far.
boom,
Walking Dead
look
on
at me
AMC
doing
account says
things.
we're here to celebrate with you guys the end of something amazing from Lauren Cohan,
Daddy.
who is amazing looking.
I don't want to talk about the end of anything. Stop it.
Stop.
that's why
We
we're
don't say
here.
that word.
Sort of.
Stop it.
We don't.
So
say that
we
word.
can't use the words end, final.
Nope.
Walking Dead is over, right? From all
And
your
be
relatives
careful-
and friends who don't
And be
watch.
careful. And be careful how you say Glenn.
Do you know how long people have been telling me, oh, The Walking Dead's over, right? Since we started podcasting.
Why is your go-to Christopher Walken today?
Hey, guys, you know that The Walking Dead is over, right?
What's happening?
I mean, you're wrong,
He's got a
Christopher
face full of
Walken.
tea.
Let's just watch this GIF of Norman Reedus
Yeah.
being sexy
I don't know
like.
what that means.
It's not coming to an end. It's just an ellipsis.
Right.
I know some
Dot,
people pronounce
dot,
it
dot, TWD is over? Question mark? Can we say
It's
over,
not over.
though?
It's just beginning.
I'm that weird girl who just wants to hug the Buc-ee's statue. You know what? Same.
I don't even know what that is.
I love
I've never
Buc-ee's.
been to a Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's is so great.
Oh, wait, here we
Never
go.
been to a Buc-ee's.
I know I
but
missed
it's like a
something.
Costco, right?
No, it's a gas station. It's like a gas station mixed with a Cracker Barrel. It's probably the best way that I could describe it.
So it's a
Okay.
restaurant.
No, the front of the
No,
Cracker Barrel,
the
right?
front of the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
they
it's
do
a
have like
giant
they do have
gift
like a
shop.
ton of food. They do have a ton
Yeah.
of food.
So it's a giant
huge.
gift shop and
Yeah.
gas station.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, the Walking Dead AMC account says, JDM says it's been one hell of a fucking ride, I'll tell you that. And his is not over by a long shot. By the way, thank you everybody for being here with us. I just wanted to say that. I know that it's hard to do that, but here we go. Julian Canton, Paola's pick of choice was the 4th time she met Norman.
Yeah, I don't have a Buc-ee's either, Pamela. I'm in Michigan. We don't have a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, it's only in the South as of right now, but they're expanding.
we have-
There's ones in South Carolina now. It started in Texas, if I'm not mistaken.
There aren't any in our area of North Carolina.
No, they're in South Carolina now. I haven't been. There's not one like around here by any means.
I cut Pokemon Go short to hang out with you guys.
That's so sweet.
I love
the biggest
that.
compliment.
I love that.
It's true. Dara loves you. NYCC 2022. Yay.
Heart hands with a water bottle.
And a mic. It's like really hard to
And
do
a
it.
mic.
This
like really hard to do with
motherfucker. This guy. Dara loves you. Okay, let's see here. Okay.
And so do I.
Playing Princess has been a blast, says Paola Lazaro. Look at
Ooh,
that outfit. Look
look at those
Damn,
steps.
girl,
She got the
get
steps shaved in. She looks great.
Right. I'm like a car trying to start.
Damn.
Connor.
Bring the picture
Dale's
back up again.
Oh no.
Damn.
There's a horse in this. It's a
coat.
dying horse. Anyway, yeah.
She does always look super amazing. She does.
Oh,
Really
Jensen.
does.
Jensen Achilles. Achilles heel. All right, let's flash him up on the screen a little bit. Let's get some Jensen in your lives.
He's just so
All
handsome.
this
So
there's so much
ridiculously
Soldier
on my
boy.
screen right now. I can't even handle this.
Soldier boy.
You know what Soldier Boy does?
Soldier boy.
I am a soulless meat puppet.
You.
This is not nearly as exciting as San Diego Comic-Con was a madhouse. Like, we were just trying to keep up with all the updates, trying to keep up
Yeah.
with all of you.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, Dottie, I get no respect. Sorry, Dottie. I love you so much. I'm the one looking and controlling the news and stuff. So, and also talking over everybody. Look at Anthony. How's everyone doing this Saturday evening? We're doing great. We're eating well. This is this is The Walking Dead. We are The Walking Dead.
Takira. She said, hold on, I wasn't prepared for you to set my phone on fire with Jensen.
Or you could just have a Samsung circa 2018.
10? Wasn't it 2010?
I was like a span.
Oh, it was a lot.
They're just lighting up on fire.
Years.
Yeah. I think they still are. They're just, the news, it's
Oh,
like we
gosh.
get used to it.
Dottie says
I,
she loves you too.
I do too. And I really can't wait to see you guys again at the camp, which you're going to be at, by the way. What happened when I saw the big swarm? Jeffrey getting swarmed because people disrespectful, no boundaries. Absolutely ridiculous. Whoa. That's a lot. That's more than like a theater crowd.
That's not okay.
That is really not okay.
Yeah, you
I
guys
mean, as long as they're
chill
being.
out. They're
Well,
just
we saw the
people.
video. It was pretty respectful, right? I mean, it was.
Well, that was
it wasn't too
Norman,
much.
so that wasn't.
Well,
well,
before that,
oh.
we actually showed a video. Yeah.
I couldn't even see Jeffrey in that video. Look at these
Julian's-
GQ models over here. Jeez.
Yeah. Eleanor talking about her baby and parenting, #TWD. That's Julian Cannon. Okay, I'm still geeking out on Lauren Cohan. She's so beautiful. Michael James Shaw wearing the bracelets that Sarah gave him for me at Fandemic back in March. Oh, that's nice.
Aw,
Jamie,
that's
for
so
you.
sweet.
Oh, freaking Michael James Shaw. Why you gotta be so cool? Why you gotta be so cool?
Now
Okay.
that song stuck in my head. That
Listening to the TWU panel at NYCC. So there's a live stream somewhere. They never have ever broadcasted either of them, New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con. We still don't even know where our panel video is from that day, even though we did it ourselves. Oh, yeah. This is the person who gave it to Michael James Shaw. Sarah loves Rick. That's Rick's Lincoln, I think. I don't think this is the Sarah she's referring to. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Now you know, everybody on the internet. Now you know.
now I know.
And no
Okay.
battle.
Eleanor's pick of choice, according to Julian Cannon, is, as she loves the show, TW also Lauren's pick too. So this is Eleanor's pick
Cute.
of the
Takira
gang.
says there is supposed to be a live stream on Popverse.
Should we watch it together? We can do that, by the way.
Yeah, let's do that.
Should we watch it from the beginning? No, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Should do it.
And
Brian.
Hey, Brian. Hey, buddy. Popping from work. They all look so happy.
I voted for you this morning.
I vote for him every day.
I do too. I do usually in the morning. Him and Zay.
Sarah Loves Rick is looking at one of the photos, somebody's favorite photo. We don't know.
oh, that's cute.
With Sadiq and Kelly and all them.
Lonnie is all over the place.
From Andrew Lincoln's Last Day. I see. That's what this is about. Oh, Andrew Lincoln's back. I didn't even see him, by the way. I didn't even see him in this pooto when they showed it to us originally. Thank you, Zainab. That's actually, sorry, Zayneek and Carol on Twitter. Oh, I need this in HD. No, Emma. Sorry, Pookie. So Paola Lazaro is Princess. The Walking Dead AMC account. It has definitely changed my life. I found a new family. Paola Lazaro. That is great. We love her. Every time we see her at the camp, she is just so giving
She's super nice.
to the fans. Okay, sorry, Pookie. You're back in my good graces.
I'm gonna put off 11:19 as long as I can. I can't. This is going too fast. It's going too fast already. I'm not ready.
Is that Eleanor Matsura? She's,
Yeah.
wow, stunning. Walking Dead MC reports, I love this job. I love this show. I don't want to have to leave. I don't want to leave. Eleanor Matsura, NYCC 2022.
Yeah, Takira, I watched Paula on Lethal Weapon 2. She was good on that. Like it was like the last season.
Julian said, MJS said his dad passed away earlier this year and that Mercer is a lot like his dad. That is
Wow.
making me a little emotional. Thanks, Julian.
I shared your feed and Walking Dead stuff and things, but I have to go back to work. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you,
Have a good
Biz
rest
Ryan.
of your work shift.
Bye,
I
Brian.
think I have it. I can get it. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
A photo for Mike? Oh, look at that. Well, when was this?
You may not recognize the gentleman to my right, but that's Greg Nicotero.
I think we might get dinged for doing this. But who
He
cares?
he had moonlighted a couple times as a
We're gonna
wall.
get in big trouble for doing
I had
this.
a picture of working with him that day with Lauren and the whole crew. But there are a lot of like big boys with toys moments on The Walking Dead. And I feel like the best ones I've had have been with Greg, like straight up.
Greg Nicotero.
episode 17.
I
And
know. Take care. They all look great.
that was the first moment we got to see
Beautiful
Mercer
people.
on taxes. It's a fun day.
That was great, by the way.
I just want to sort of set up that we're going to have some time for fan questions. I want to make sure we leave some room for that. Hopefully we might just go over a couple minutes, but not long. New York Comic Con, I promise. 4 hours later. And then that one time. But let's just, if you guys have some questions, please, we want to make sure that we have time for them. I want
Everybody
to
in
talk a
the
little
audience
about the
right
spin-offs.
now, if you want me to rewind
let's
from the
first
beginning,
talk
I will do
about,
that after this is
Daryl
done,
spin-off,
so we
Norman.
can see what we missed. Boom. I'm happy to do that for you guys.
What can you tell us about the Daryl spinoff?
The camp isn't that expensive.
Look at Scott. Look
It's
at
one of
you.
the more affordable conventions, honestly.
Yeah.
Talking
It's more
about
expensive to get there.
talking about the Daryl spinoff.
Wow. It's in France. It's epic in scale. I mean, it's fucking epic. I've been on location scouts over
Careful,
there.
Gimple's sitting there.
Fucking to like scout.
That's why he's looking over.
It's epic.
What can I say?
My good. Can I
It's
say epic?
in France.
I already did.
Which is
Yeah, Takira, you should check prices.
it has a different look.
There's a lot of like extra things to do, but just to go there is not. It's not too bad. It's not too crazy.
That's all the things
Like, you don't really need inclusive either. Like, general admission is fine, but the cost is the staying at the hotel.
It's something I think
Yeah.
we're all going to love. It's something I think I'm going
Which
to be really
you definitely
proud
want to do.
of.
Makes it a lot
It's
easier.
a lot. It's
Yes.
funny being over there because they have different rules over there than we have over here. They're like, we can only use like 3 trucks for equipment, and we're like, we need like 25 of these things. Like,
Fucking France.
it's gonna be
tell
fun.
you right now.
It's gonna be fun,
I have
and
stories.
there'll
Was
be a
that his
lot.
attempt at a French accent? That was adorable.
It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be,
All you need to do is you just need to figure out how to translate that note next to the bloody shirts in the hotel room into French.
I'm
I
gonna
work for
need
The
a
Walking
note.
Dead.
I'm gonna need.
We would love that, Takira, if you were there.
Yes.
And
gonna
Greg
be dope.
Nicotero would have wanted to be here, but he is currently in France, which also is a commute. But he's working very
Time
hard.
mate.
Covering France in blood right now.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Oh, shots
Damn.
fired.
Oh, he's working. It's working. He's working.
He's going to be waiting for you.
I
With
might
open
need a note
arms.
for that as well.
Anything you can say? Anything you can say about it? I know I don't know how much we can talk about.
It's
I know
epic.
Angela a couple weeks ago discussed the ideas of Walker variants, perhaps, or I know
Walker
if you
variants?
watched World Beyond, we saw in Europe there was like a faster
Oh.
or something.
That's okay, Sharon.
Is there
Okay.
anything?
Oh, I thought
Oh,
just
okay.
internet was being done, but okay.
Stuff has gone on in France,
Okay.
and it's weird. And we saw some of it
Uh-huh.
in the coda of Walking Dead World Beyond.
Yeah.
So Daryl France, I'm getting lost in this sentence. Daryl in France is experiencing things that he hasn't experienced before in life and with Walker.
Great. So not a real answer.
I think we might get.
We would be disappointed if Scott gave a real answer.
Yeah. Takira, I think we're getting Dead City before
well,
Fear comes
speaking of
back.
spin-offs, we should talk
Because I don't even know if they're done
about,
with print. I think they're done
Jeffrey
with
and
Principal,
Lauren.
right? I'm
you're-
not sure.
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
the
I know they're
filming?
both filming.
Yeah.
If you don't know, this show's
Yeah, they're
called
both
Dead
filming.
City. They're shooting
Yeah, Dead City is still
over in New
filming,
Jersey, and
So it's your-
what can you tease about it? What can you say about it?
Okay, what should we say?
Here we go.
What
Dead
we're
City.
going to
Here's-
say is a lot of reading. No, I was going to make a joke to pretend that was you for a second. I just didn't commit.
It's hard to know what we can say. There's us. There's zip lines. There's New York. There's some Jersey. There's some walkers.
There's some
horrible people along the way.
He's using an earwig.
There's also some great people along the way. I mean, Maggie's the bomb.
Maggie's the boss. Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know, Scott. What can we say?
Well, I think we have. So maybe we could just
that would help.
throw to some.
We're gonna get a teaser.
There's
everybody
Maggie at a bar. Ow! Oh shit!
I got him.
That's not a good way to start.
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I'm looking for somebody. This was actually going to be my.
But it is a very, very, very different world. It is New York City in the apocalypse is unlike any place that we've seen in the apocalypse. And it's a madhouse. It is
Mostly
a
what
madhouse.
it is the most unlikely two people that you would want to see together. And it makes it very good to see us together because it is the hardest situation that we both have to be in. And the need is bigger than the fear. So
The need is bigger than the fear.
that's our takeaway.
That's our bumper sticker.
But we've been having a really good time. We are on our
sounds dirty.
56 episodes for this season. We're exhausted because we were working till 4:30 in the morning.
That's right.
Very, very happy to be doing it because what we did and what we've been doing is freaking awesome. And
We're proud of
and
it,
excited
and I
for
think
guys
that
to
you
see it.
guys are going to love it.
I really don't want to, but I have to go.
I figured.
And like I said before, I know we don't have anything.
Believe me, I'd much rather be sitting here watching all of this with you.
But even before we get into that, it's important. There is some news.
Well, Rachel, everybody say
I'm gonna
goodbye to
say goodnight.
Rachel.
Bye, everybody. Love you
She's
all.
got a cat to meow.
Oh, interesting.
Good night at work.
I love you.
I didn't even know that.
There you go.
Love you guys.
Really, April?
That's a really good guess to hear as to what happens. That's a really good guess.
I'm just saying, if there was time for Talking Dead, I'll be unemployed.
While we were saying goodbye to Rachel, it was announced that The Walking Dead City of the Dead will be premiering in April of 2023.
But I want to ask I want to have some fan questions right now. I want to make sure we have time for that. So if you have a couple questions in these last 10 or 12 minutes, by all means, let's please do that. Hello, what is your name?
I'm Mike from New York. Whoa.
Hey, Mike.
I'm going to step back from this for a bit. Okay, there we go.
What's your question?
Just
gonna
thank
video
you all
himself.
for the work on this show over the last 11 years. It's meant a lot to me and everyone here.
What was that?
I don't have words for that, and I'm reporting for posterity here. So over the last 11 years, and you can go down the line for this, but especially for Norman and Lauren and Jeffrey, because you have battled some pretty incredible villains, from the Governor to the Wolves to Negan to Alpha and Commonwealth.
All right.
Who's
keep
been
going.
your favorite to take on? Is that just because he's sitting there?
Well, I'll tell you later. No, I'm just.
No,
I think the ones that have been the most favored to take on are the ones that bring out the best and the worst in you. Like, how can you be the most strategic? How can you be the most tactical? How can you see the worst in yourself and know how you want to conquer it? And that, for me, is what a good baddie does to us. And then, are you your own worst baddie? Yes, I didn't hear you, but I agree.
The question was, who was your
absolutely right.
most
We never forget
formidable
about Glenn.
That's what we're doing here.
enemy?
Oh, come on. Oh, man, come on. Why? Not necessary. Come on.
What did he say?
Every year.
He's
You just-
big snore.
You've been redeemed. But what are you doing?
It's because it's
Norman,
fun.
do you have a particular favorite villain?
I mean, they were all so different. The Negan character was the first one where I kind of swallowed my tongue. But first off, we had to cry for a week straight, and then we had to come back and cry again for a week straight.
Because at the beginning of
That was exhausting.
season
Sorry.
8.
Thanks, Scott.
No, season 7. Sorry.
7.
Big one. Alpha was a big one. That one was super creepy. They've all been different, and I liked how the group got together, all of them in a different way. The Negan one, I liked watching how it turned into what it turned into now. They were all good. I liked all of them.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for your question.
Wait. I have an anscer too.
I was hoping that's the one I wanted. I was waiting for.
Meeting these guys, they killed all my folks, right?
Fair point.
Villain
Fair point.
was Rick, Daryl, and Maggie. Yeah.
Fair point.
Nice.
Pages of that comic book. Thank you.
Yeah.
Get Gail, go. Let
Thank
somebody
you so
else
much, Mike.
answer questions.
Hello, what is your name and what is your question?
Hi, my name is Summer. Thank you guys all for all the stories that you have given all of us. My question is for all of you. What are you going to miss most about filming on The Walking Dead?
Oh, I was like, who's talking?
Let's start with Eleanor. What are you going to miss the most?
Oh man, I mean, there was some when we first started. There were so many. I feel like when you first come into the show, unless you're like writing solo, you come in with a group and you have these big scenes, you know, and it was like quite a lot of like fighting and group stuff and having each other's backs. And for me personally, that kind of, because Yumiko goes on this like stranger journey in this season, it's much more personal and much more unique and individual to her. So I found myself really missing those big group on set, like everyone's there, everyone's got their bit to do. When those scenes were being shot, when we were like just out in the woods, like fighting and there's everyone there, it's like this like dance or something. It was like there's nothing quite like it. And I really missed those, towards the end of my shooting because I was like, those were the great days, you know, I really missed that.
Paolo, what about you?
The people right here, you know, the buddies, and all of y'all. But I feel like y'all are still going to be around and I'm going to be around. And so we'll be together.
That's what I would always remind people, like when new cast members come on, when I was fortunate enough to meet new cast members, or when people would come sit on the couch on Talking Dead because their character had died. And I would say, you know, at the commercial breaks, I would say, like, you're always a part of this world and this family anywhere you go, you know, so it might feel over in one sense, but it's never over. It's always here. I'm so sorry.
Wait, a huge shout out to our crew. Like, honestly, the best. Like Deej and Matt and Satro, like all of them.
Mikey.
Miss those guys.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to skip the side. I didn't realize there were two sides. And I'm getting older. My eyesight's bad. So you can tell by all the gray hairs that weren't there 11 years ago when we started. What is your name and question?
Hey, I'm Patrick from Jersey.
Hey, Patrick.
Said it out loud for the first time. There you go.
Jersey's strong.
So my question is for everybody, and then Scott, kind of like a separate question for you.
Oh.
I know, yeah. Gotta put Scott on the thing there. So Scott, with your Gimpinisms, or your Gimpalisms, as I like to call them, your answers, is there ever a storyline that you had to fight with an actor for to be like, listen, like this has got to happen, we got to have it? And then for all the actors, from the time of your first initial script reading to where you are now in your evolution, has there ever, first of all, is the character on the page who you've become, in your opinion, or has it morphed, obviously? And then is there a certain storyline that you've ever fought really hard for that you were like, either I can or cannot do this? And what was it?
So maybe let's start with Scott, and then I think I don't know if we have quite enough time for everyone to answer that, but we can get a couple answers. And Scott, is there anything that you really were sure, you know, this is really going to work and had to push for?
You know, I'm looking at all the actors to like, during the 5 years that I ran the show, I mean, I don't recall a whole lot of tug of wars, and I'm looking at them to maybe correct me here. I don't recall a lot of tug of wars. Like, now, Norman, come on, bring it.
That was a good 5 years. I'm just going to step in right here and just say, Scott, thank you.
Hey, that's nice.
Yeah.
It was a really good 5 years.
Right in the eye.
And we
that
love
was sweet.
And we love all of
That's
you guys,
true.
and you are awesome. But
Does
thank
anyone-
you.
does-
This is a special day, and I just
Does any of the cast have an answer for that? Does anyone?
I mean, there was a few tug of wars here and there, but it was all.
I didn't appreciate being naked.
And we got to where we wanted to go. You know, it's not easy being in the boss position on our show because there's a lot of personalities and there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen at some point or another. But we always got to the point where we wanted to be, where we were happy and proud of what we were doing, and that's a huge thing to Scott and to Angela and to our writers to work with us and let us be part of the picture. You know, so
That's how we're
Lauren's
family.
right.
That's how we're family.
Thank you guys very much. Honestly, thank you. Seriously.
Thank you very much. And thank you for Gimpalism. I'm definitely going to have to use that and hopefully credit you.
I want 1% of everything for Talking Dead on your contract.
Wow. Oh my God. I was going to have to
This
negotiate
guy.
a contract. I mean, I guess. I see that the time clock on the stage is ticked down to 0, but it's only 5:48. I feel like we still have like 8,
You
10
don't.
minutes.
You got to clear out.
And I want to make sure. What is your name?
They're going to go over.
Hey, Tony, what's your question?
I also just first wanted to really quickly say thank you very much to everyone for what you've done, creating this piece of art, and also just to the creatives who, like, it's not always the case that characters can change in a show and it still remains as relevant as it has, like this show. I was curious, of the cast that we haven't seen zombified, who would make the sexiest zombie in your opinion?
Oh, geez. Oh, gosh.
Gimple.
Jeffrey.
Wow.
I don't know. I saw what Greg did on that Entertainment Weekly cover. You look good.
I did look.
You were a good
yeah.
zombie. Yeah.
I think I agree.
We've had a couple of zombies that were zombified that looked really cute.
Rosita.
so
Do you remember Saniqua?
Is that wishful thinking,
She was
Kira?
hot. You remember?
Yeah, really, yeah.
Yeah, Sneakle was good. Yeah, she was cute. I totally was like, I was thinking about my wife, and I'm like, well, Saniqua too. Yeah.
Saniqua Martin Green. Nice.
You get weird fetishes on this show after a while.
All right. A couple more
Nice.
questions. What is your name in question?
Hi, I'm Leslie from North Dakota.
Hi.
Thank you guys for everything over the years. Love you. But my question is for Scott. With
Yeah, all the way
the
from North
expansion
Dakota.
of the Walking Dead universe, do you think we will ever see the Typhoon book brought to the screen in some way?
That's a
And will
great
we ever see it
question.
again?
The Walking Dead
Could you
Typhoon
repeat
comic
that?
adapted.
Oh man, this is another Gimpelism.
Typhoon is like my favorite book.
People read.
I can.
He
They
can't
have
answer.
words, sometimes pictures.
He can't answer.
They start, then they end.
That's a really cool book. Robert gave me a copy. Oh my God, I'm doing it. I'm doing it in front of you. Now, all I can say is it's possible. Like there isn't an immediate plan for that, but it's possible.
Okay, maybe just time for a couple more. Yes, what is your name in question?
My name is John, and I want to thank everyone for a wonderful ride.
Like, get another lanyard, bro.
My question:
Are you serious?
He's leaning from them.
He's got so.
what's the possibility of
I'm sorry, John. I love you. I don't know you, but I love you.
what we had in the graphic novel ending?
He wants to see if it compares.
The way that not a Gimpelism. The way that the comic book ended was brilliant. Robert sprung it on all of us, and I love that he did that. I love that I did not get a call with a heads up on that because he ruined many things over the years for me as a reader. I'll tell you that I do want to tell. I want to go into that world, and I will say that when I did talk to Robert about that, he was sort of elbowing me a little bit. He's like, "You see what I did there? See, kind of an interesting story." Never say it's kind of an interesting story. I'm putting my words in his mouth. He created another world for us to explore, and I do hope to explore it one day.
Wonderful. Thank you all.
Thank you, and thank you for your question. Yes.
Hi, I'm Bill. I'm from New York. First off, thank you again for just creating such an incredible show. I've been watching it since I was in high school. I still talk about it
Every
every
one of them
week
have
with my
his
dad. Like,
podcasts.
we've watched it every week together, and then
Yeah, they
That's why they're. That's why they're filming.
So you have one of the most popular characters, probably the most popular character of the show. It goes all the way back to when Daryl dies, we riot. But he wasn't a character from the graphic novel. Was that a challenging part of you creating the character, knowing there was no like source material to it, or was that, did you find it like easier to create the character knowing that there wasn't something that was already created?
No shade, dude, but like.
I liked the fact that I wasn't into it. There's a movie Catherine Bigelow made with Willem Dafoe.
You know what I mean?
He's like this crazy biker guy, and he goes, "The door was wide open," and it reminded me of that. But they, and there were certain Bigelow, is that what you said? And there was a storyline that they allowed me to alter, where I was just going to become my brother at one point after he dies.
Oh, interesting.
And I kind of wanted to change that, and they let me change it a little bit, where I grew up with a racist family and a drug-taking brother, and I was always ashamed of it. And instead of becoming him, once he's out of the picture, it kind of allowed Daryl to stand on his own 2 feet and become his own man. And that, when I went about going back and forth, that's kind of the story I was thinking of. But like I said, they worked with me to allow it to change into something different. I think if I was in the comic book,
So you
I
could have
would
been a bad
be
guy,
looking at
technically.
the comic book, and I wouldn't
And
know
how much more like beautiful has his character development been as a result?
whatever. I think
of
it would
being given that freedom.
a little bit. But I liked the comic book. I liked the source material. I liked all the characters. So I was kind of glad that I had that door wide open. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Excellent question. We just have a couple minutes left, and I want to go down the line.
I didn't think it was at first.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
all right.
The last Walking Dead panel for the Mothership show. I would just love to go down the line, starting with Scott, and anything you want to say to the fans as this momentous occasion, as we are, as we're saying goodbye to New York Comic Con as a group.
I think all along the way, we took some big, big chances. And sometimes those thrilled you, and I think sometimes those made you sad, and sometimes those made you mad. But all that stuff we did, all those big chances that we took, it was for you. And I think it gave us the power to take big chances. So I want to thank you for making The Walking Dead what it is, because the love that you gave the show made us push ourselves very, very hard to risk it again and again and again on your behalf. So thank you.
Lauren, go ahead.
I love his scarab bolo tie.
I think that
Or
I kind of
roach.
talked about this a little bit earlier.
I love a good bolo tie.
We made this show together, and there's been different iterations of all of us who have come and gone. And part of me always thinks you'll really just know what it was and how to explain the experience in years to come. We've been really lucky that years to come keeps extending, because we get to keep making the show and this universe and everything. But what the show is when we come together and we do something on set and we're with our crew is one thing that's incredible. And then when we see the episodes or when we see it go out in the world, that's like a whole other level of recognizing that there's something to it. And then when
Are we like an ASMR channel now?
here celebrating the end of the 11th season of a show about zombies, and that we're already sad that this is the last time we're going to be together as this group doing it, then you're just so glad that this is what you get to do. Thank you, and that you guys have been invested with us, and that is all just so much more than you can ever anticipate. So I'm glad that we've all been on this adventure and surprised and through the ups and downs together, and yeah, that's it.
JDM.
I've been lucky enough to be part of a couple pretty big shows and franchises.
Supernatural.
But the relationship this show has with its fans and vice versa, there's nothing that you can compare it to. It's just been a privilege and a fucking honor. Thank you.
Talk about it.
And we got more stories to tell. I keep forgetting. It's not the fucking end. But it's hard. This is weird. And thank you. I mean, really, to come here and see you guys every year, I love you too. Yeah. That's it. Thank you.
Lauren Ridloff?
I feel like I've played two roles here. My first role was as a fan. I remember clearly the first night The Walking Dead premiered, and I watched that with my husband. And we were hooked for years. And one of the main reasons why I got pulled into acting was because The Walking Dead offered a window of a world that looked so much like mine, but was different. And it felt like I could see a little bit of myself over there in that world. And now I guess the second role that I play is as Connie. And all of a sudden I was within that other side of that world, on the other side of that window. And now that we're actually looking at you, the fans, the story has been going on for so long with your support, with your love. And I think you have influenced and colored the stories that have been told on The Walking Dead so much. So I have to say thank you for being a part of this story.
Thank you, Lauren.
That was beautiful.
Norman?
Right? This is thank you?
Yeah, thank you.
Because this is like fuck you.
Where do I begin?
That's not right.
It's not right.
Yeah, it's been a real honor knowing these people and getting to know all of you. You've changed my life in a million ways that I can't even explain. Really, I'm a better friend. I'm a better father. I have a work ethic. I appreciate things more. It gave me an opportunity to really enjoy working.
Real life Daryl Dixon confirmed.
Getting to know you people, it's been great. And it's all weird when you're out there so much. But you guys have made it a really safe feeling for the most part. And, I just love all of you and I appreciate all of you so much. And thank you for doing this with us. It's like I've always said, it's as much your show as it is our show. I'm going to miss doing this. I'm like really going to fucking miss it. I love you too. It's a big deal.
Paola?
Many times in my life, I felt like an outcast, like I didn't belong. And Princess in her first episode, she says, someone once told me you're hard to love. And being part of this has made me feel part of a community and has aided me in loving myself while loving all of you guys. And because of your support, I don't know, it just, I don't feel alone anymore, So thank you guys.
Paola, damn it.
Eleanor?
Yeah, life changing is God. This is like the second time I've got emotional today. It's like melting my cold heart. I think we've been asked
right, Takira?
so many times this past year, how does it feel to end the show? How does it feel to end the show? And I've never been able to answer it because I always felt like we were like still in flight. We hadn't landed the plane yet. And today I felt like, oh, we've landed the plane, like this is the end. And I'm really feeling it. I'm so full of gratitude. Really. Thank you so much for having me.
It's not over yet, Takira. Princess and Daryl could have a conversation.
Show, I mean, the reason it's gone on for 11 years is like you truly, I know it's been said, but you are, everyone here is as much a part of the show. It's the fans that keep this going for 11 years. They're like the OG fan base. It's amazing. And I'm so honored to be a part of it. Thank you for having me very much.
And finally, Mike.
Oh, man.
I'm deeply humbled by this journey that I've been on. Even though I'm coming in at the very end, I'm a Walking Dead baby.
He is a baby.
Everyone on the stage and everyone, cast and crew, like there's a different kind of energy in Sonoya, man. Most people I have met in my life happened throughout this period of working on The Walking Dead, and it's been life changing. And I thank all of you, and I thank all of you for the beautiful experiences we have accumulated, even in my short time on board. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, I would like to say thank you to New York Comic Con for all these amazing years. I'm sorry we went over a few minutes, but I just wanted to make sure we had time to get everything in. New episodes of The Walking Dead are every Sunday. You can stream them a week early on AMC Plus.
20.
Our big series finale is November 20th at 9 p.m. I would like a huge hand for this entire cast. Also to Robert Kirkman for creating this universe. Angela Kang for showrunning this show and being amazing. Thank you to AMC. Thank you to Greg Nicotero. Thank you, New York Comic Con. It has been an absolute privilege and a pleasure. Good night. Have a great con.
That's right, Main Stage. Give it up one more time for the Walking Dead panel.
Do it. Give it up.
Woo-hoo. At this time, we do need everyone to gather up your belongings and head out the door.
Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you so much for your cooperation.
All right.
One more time, make some noise for this Walking Dead.
They cut off his mic.
Yeah, they're like, just stop. Just leave.
That's hysterical.
Just leave. We told you to leave.
Let me read Takira's comment. It's crazy that Mercer's only been there for one season. It seems like longer. Well, in the bonus episodes, right? Right? He was in the bonus episodes? No, he wasn't. Interesting. Okay.
That got me. I don't appreciate that.
I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so I'm going to see if I missed any news first. I don't know that we really necessarily missed anything, but thank you, TWD Promos and Videos. Let me see if that's the actual name. Yeah, TWD Promos. Dead City is coming in April 2023, which does coincide with the Rishon spinoff, which is the yet to be
Does it?
named. Yeah, yep. Because they're supposed to be in, I think.
Are they filming?
I don't know if they're filming, but I know that they're slated to be like early 2023.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they'll have to start filming like really soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's only six.
It's only 6 episodes, but still.
I say, yeah. It's only 6 episodes.
Well, and all of the cast and crew has said, you know, and this was in our Teo interview, that they really take their time with the show. It's not like they, you know, bang out an episode in a week. So
yeah, but I know that they've been developing it for a really long time, so I feel like they're ready to hit the ground, you know, running.
Yeah, Tahira asks, so we will have more than one show at a time.
I hate that.
I mean, it's looking that way from a podcast perspective.
It's gonna be a
It is
nightmare.
like a kick in the crotch. So.
In the teeth, actually. Please don't.
Sounds pretty rough.
Cameron Bonamolo, Dead City. He says Maggie Negan spinoff starring Lauren and Jimmy. Set it to spring 2023. Also, no. No, the
Okay,
Norman.
Then no. Then the Rick and Michonne one must come out later. Yeah, I know. I agree. I don't want them to be at the same time. It makes it a lot easier. As a podcast, it makes it a lot easier when they're separate because we can devote, you know, an entire episode to one episode and really focus and like dig in. But it's like, it's super rough when they like do everything at the same time. I don't know that they will. I don't know that they will.
I don't say that because you know that they don't care about me, and they.
Well,
you
there
know what?
might be a little bit of an overlap, but you know that they like to block them one right after the other.
You know that we had a running gag that like they all
hate you
got
specifically?
together and they said, "How can we fuck Squawking Dead in the ass without Vaseline?"
Oh, wait, interviewed Gimple just now? What did that say?
Where did it say that?
It was Julian's post.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, he interviewed Gimple actually at 3:30. So this
Oh,
was
okay.
at Paley Fest. We'll publish it. Yeah. So he mentioned that earlier when I was
We'll begin
telling you before we
It
hopped
will
on.
begin filming early next year, so it'll begin filming in early spring.
Okay.
So it won't air then.
Okay. Thank you. That's
Do
that's
you
one
guys-
off of the 3 at the same time list. Yeah,
Oh,
read
do
out.
you think we'll ever get the World Beyond 4 again? 5 if you count Felix. I hope so. I know that if you look back and watch our Fandemic interview with Alexa Mansour, that she was totally down for being back again. So
Okay,
I hope so.
I just saw this from Multiverse Murph. Okay, weird. Andrew Lincoln walked in the back door, waved to fans as he went to the side of the stage, and then never joined the panel. It's all over. The cast said emotional goodbyes. Credits roll. That's okay, but he wants to be there. Who cares? Like, he's a person who like appreciates
Well, he's
his
just
family.
like there hanging out with his friends. He likes, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, nobody wants all this shit. I mean, I think some people would want these episodes to kind of overlap because that's more Walking Dead. But my thing is, if you stagger them separately, then you extend the pleasure, right? Because
Yes,
who knows the
but
future?
People do not like delayed gratification, Dave. It's like, it's not a thing.
What? I was sorry. I stopped listening
oh,
to you.
those are the pictures that they were talking about earlier, where they're like, I'm in a bar, I'm waiting for someone. That's what the pictures.
Zaynab has published all 4 photos just now. They're not in good quality at all, though.
And I didn't say this out loud, but Sharon D said hashtag hate bang.
Hey, bang.
Okay, Takir says, I really hope so too. I feel like we could see Silas in the Rishon show. Yeah, that's been theorized before because he's a part of the CRM now. So I think that would be cool. I need there to be 1 episode per week of any new Walking Dead material. Yeah, no overlapping. No overlapping. Hey!
Who's that? Who that?
I'm going to butcher your name, so I don't want to say it out loud.
All right, let me
so
see.
sorry.
Oh, it's Zaynab. Hey, we actually showed your photos while we were doing the live stream. Oh boy.
Dude,
See
I
if
know.
can do
I'm excited for Dead City too. Should be good.
Bitch. What?
You know what? I'm going to talk about myself for a little bit here.
Go for it.
So that there's something happening. Hi, I'm Bridget. But also, you may know me as Funky Brewster, but not spelled the way that you're thinking. Here, I'll type something. That's me, spelled that way. You're gonna want to go to that YouTube channel and follow me because I'm pretty alright. But I tend to be pretty funny and like that's kind of cool and really self-deprecating. So if you're into that kind of humor, I got you because I just talk trash about myself constantly. I feel like I'm running out of things to say, so I'm just talking now.
Well,
But,
tell them what your channel's all about. Idiot. Sorry.
Yes.
I love you.
So,
so
on my
I do this
channel,
because I love you.
on my channel, I do cover Walking Dead content, but in a different kind of way. So I talk about the Facebook game event thing, which is a thing that I've been really bad about talking about. And then, also I talk about comic books. Video games, comic books.
The games.
A little bit about video games. I branched out now into, I went to the Stranger Things experience in New York with this guy.
And this idiot.
With this guy. And, so I did a review of that. So I talk about a lot of random things and, I do unboxings of the supply drops. I will be talking eventually if I can get my life together and, just like, film like I'm supposed to. I will have videos about the webisodes, like really delving into them, which is going to be pretty cool. I've done a lot of research so far and I think those will be really nice. And so, yeah, so you should watch me because I usually am a better speaker than this. This is not a good example of the kind of content that I offer. This is like a really bad version of what I offer. This isn't good.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I have thought about actually covering the novels because I'm a huge fan of the novels. So that question about Typhoon was right up my alley. I liked it.
Okay, Robbie Akani Dixon, not Takira, crying, screaming, shaking Donnie's endgame. Oh my god. Oh, shouldn't have read that.
Thank you, Takira, for being my number one fan and also / soulmate.
Yes, I got it. Yes. Pantaloons.
Why?
Oh, let me get rid of this full screen.
Why
No, fuck it.
pantaloons?
I don't know,
Why
man.
Pantaloons?
Because pants, brother. Pants.
They're like prisons.
Okay, everybody. Are you ready to watch this thing from the beginning?
Yeah. What if I told you that every time we stream, I'm actually pantsless because I just like.
Okay, so
It's not true. I'm wearing pants right now.
for like the first 2 to 3 years of us podcasting, fairly often. Just like underwear. First of all, because we were audio only, so that was easy. Like Carol and I didn't even see each other. So it's like, okay, yeah, we got a podcast. The t-shirt I'm sleeping in. And because afterwards it's like, 10 o'clock. We started usually at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. And then by the time we're done, it's 11 p.m. midnight, edited down to like 1 hour and a half. So I have underwear and a t-shirt. I should have like a wife beater to complete the set. You know what I mean? Like, you earned the white trash badge, even though I'm not white. I'm definitely not trash.
I am. You can call me Trashly. All right.
All right, everybody. Do you want to watch this thing from the beginning since I paid for it? I love you.
Let's do this.
All right, let's go.
Give it up for Chris Hardwick!
So we're not watching this live.
Reason, I like half expected that like boom 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 boom. Yes, thank you. You knew exactly what I was talking about.
And you can't not do that. Welcome
Trashly.
to Warm for a Scarf. I want to thank you so much for being here.
You wore that scarf for a second.
Because he ran in from wherever he came out of.
There may be tears. This is really the final Walking Dead panel for the mothership, and I know.
Isn't it usually flagship?
Yeah,
mothership. It's
going
like
forever. I remember being here maybe like 10 years ago. The New York Comic Con panels have always been so incredibly special to us and so integral in sort of the fan community of the show. So I just first want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with the show for 12 years.
You're welcome.
11.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Chris
Yeah.
Hardwick.
Also, thank you.
New
for doing
episodes,
what you do.
obviously, Sunday nights
I
on
love you,
AMC. They stream one
There.
week early on AMC Plus. With the series
Yeah, it's
finale,
pretty all right.
November 20th at 9 p.m. on AMC and AMC Plus. We're doing this massive event in Los Angeles. There are 3 spin-offs to talk about.
Do y'all remember when Chris Hardwick was on Boy Meets World that one time?
Spin-off. So
That's my favorite Chris Hardwick came
there's
out.
a lot of Walking Dead business to be had.
Slightly heavy,
So
Chris Hardwick?
This part's ending, but
No,
there
like
there
90s.
Heavier.
are
like
Florida.
90s Chris Hardwick with like a bowl
We should
cut.
just start.
Yes.
I would
Yeah.
like to bring out. Yes, thank you very much. Was anyone here like 10 years ago when this first you were? Oh, it's amazing.
Word, Takira. Word. Zombie chick.
So let's first start. By
I love
introducing
that for you.
Angeles. He's the Walking Dead
You know how
Universe
everybody else
Chief
greets me?
Content Officer, Scott M. Gimple.
They don't. They don't.
No, they go, you're the guy who does the podcast on the show that probably ended already, right?
Mr. Gimple.
I don't like it.
Formerly my school, now my new job.
And let's get right into it.
Congrats.
Fearless
Wow.
leader,
Congrats.
Maggie Lauren Cohen.
Lauren Cohen.
Yes. Yeah, I just want that sound all the time, I guess.
Our favorite, I guess, former villain, I suppose, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Wait, no, the sound for that should be the Michael Bay.
No, not the sting. Not the sting,
Please
dude.
also welcome to the stage our shrewd reporter, Connie Lauren Ridloff.
Yeah, no, you're right, Takira. These are my best friends. I laugh because it's crying is, it's not allowed in my house.
You know her as Princess Paula Lazaro.
Woo! You have a family now. It's us. Oh, I shouldn't have
That
said
got
that.
me. That one got me.
Yeah.
I felt that. I felt that
Spoiler
really hard.
alert.
As Yumiko Eleanor Matsura.
Oh my god. The Eleanor's like hair is fire. My heart burns there too.
The ultimate protector of the Commonwealth, Michael James Shaw as Mercer.
MJS. He's so shy. How does that happen?
I don't know. I just love him though.
How does that happen? Michael James Shaw.
And of course, the one, the only, Daryl Dixon, Norman Reedus.
My heart.
Things on still, the clothes come off. Oh, Norman Reedus.
I mean, I just divulged my deep-seated feelings for Norman Reedus.
And by seated, you mean seeded, like SEED.
Yeah. I don't know why I mispronounced it so hard. I like over-pronunciated the T. It's not a T.
It's a seed.
It's a seed.
All right. Welcome,
Wouldn't that be
everyone.
Sorry, Trev.
Wherever feels good. Are there enough seats for everybody? Musical chairs. Oh, that would be awesome. All right. Yeah, Scott, let's put you up front here.
Scott, let's put you in the shitty chair. No.
And
I
here
love
we
Scott
are.
Gimple. I do.
I do too.
He's such a geek.
He's a real nerd.
I'm glad you brought that up. You brought up Negan first. Let's talk about, because Jeffrey and Lauren, Lauren Cohen, you were not able to be at San Diego because you were here shooting your show.
We reported on that already. Skip, Chris.
So-
Skip.
What does it feel like to be back
Thank you, Julian.
with the cast again?
Yeah, thanks to Julian, as always.
I missed everybody because it doesn't feel like we've actually stopped doing the show in a way, except for you go to work there and I don't get to see these people. We are always like looking for their chairs with their names on them every day because
We
it's
started calling people at work by their names, and it's kind of weird, but it works.
How has it felt, all these years, and now kind of this new chapter? Has there been sort of a transition phase, or does it feel like it's always felt, Lauren?
This chapter feels like, we were really lucky because we really just had a couple of months off, and then we sort of went and did this little, what was something of a satellite story for Maggie and Negan. And then, so we stayed in the zone, but then like Jeff is saying, you bring like the feeling of everybody with you. And the story that we're telling is completely motivated by everything that's happened to these characters to this point. So, but being together today and celebrating this like lost time that we, as this cast on The Walking Dead,
Interesting.
the show that has spawned so much more goodness, we're here to celebrate with you guys the end of something amazing.
So, we don't know if it's going to be only one season, but what she's saying maybe right here is that that this
You know,
they may
I heard
leave the show
something really
earlier.
interesting once about the ends of things and
than
new
the
beginnings.
season
And it's
ending.
not about keeping, like it's the having. We got to have this experience for so many years, and that doesn't take away from the 12 years that we've had together. This show that's been with us through good times, bad times. This communal thing that wherever you go and you meet another Walking Dead fan, you instantly have a connection. With 7 episodes left, there's obviously very little. Scott is a vault. He's impossible to crack. He will not reveal anything. But is there anything you could
I
tease
heard
about
somebody
these
say
last
that
7 episodes that are
that was
coming
going to
up?
be the case, that they'd leave the show earlier than
It all
we'd wanted
comes
to.
together.
So
But that doesn't mean, what is that? What is that?
It means that we see where each
about finishing the show together. We finished this together. He's referring to that.
It was well said. All these characters come to
That does look like a roach.
their final forms. You
Right.
know,
It's like not fat enough to be a scarab.
final Pokemon, as it were.
Right.
The Pokemon reference.
We do
Because he's a dork.
the end
Just a
of
real dweeb.
yes, there are these other shows, but this is how everything does come together into what it all meant. When we did 905, somebody shouted Rick out there. 905 was the last Rick episode. When we started that, Matt Negretti and Angela Kang and myself, and Angela Kang really wanted to be here today. She is in Korea right now, so it's a hard commute. But when we were working on that episode, when we were looking at Rick, we were like, what did
Clearly, Karen, clearly.
What did
He
all
knew.
of this mean from
What'd she
waking
say?
up to the hospital to
She
now?
said he knew I was playing Pokemon Go right before the panel started.
8 episodes. What did it all mean? How does it all come together? Who do these people become?
Excellent.
That's 11:18.
I swear to God, New York audiences are the best. He stabbed that guy in the friggin' hand! Come on!
Lance Hornsby.
Yeah, suck on that, Lance Hornsby in the range. Scott, one of the things we want to do, obviously,
spoilers still.
About too much.
He
about
said
the
it, not me.
episodes. Sort of like an overall, like
I
a
just
lot of
repeated him.
retrospective look. Everyone's brought special photographs with them, their time, all these years. Scott, what photograph did you bring? Can we pull it
Oh,
up?
no, we haven't.
I didn't spend my whole month's salary
Piece of stationery
on-
hotel, if that helps.
On Pop first.
It's not real blood. The Walking Dead.
Was that for like the housekeeping? Since they knew that. Yeah.
Well, what happened was this was one
Yeah,
of the
we have to have AMC Plus for the podcast
I've written
so that we can watch the episode
script,
early enough to
She's on
record.
the ground, and this walker is coming at her that's particularly rotted, and the walker's stomach is really just a mess. It's just a goulash of guts. And I said, Michonne slashes it.
It's just a mess.
Jackpot. And Denai was like, I'm not doing that. And I was like, no,
You are.
will.
No, you will.
No, you are.
And the day came, and she did it, and she was covered with guts, and she leapt up, walked across the set, and gave me the biggest hug in the world. Now, I'm staying at the Wyndham Hotel. They're doing my
it was
laundry.
his note.
Oh.
And I have a blood-covered shirt, and ergo, that note.
The original note that he has mentioned many times.
Yeah. Well, we were going to call the cops, but this guy left a note, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah, right?
Takira, I think I did buy it during
You
Black
didn't
Friday.
kill anybody.
I did not.
The
Norma
yearly,
Reedus, let's
Yeah.
talk a little
I got
about-
the
I pay
bonus.
monthly.
Every season, you try
I got
to
the
take the Daryl
bonus-
crossbow home with you. Have you successfully
Hold on, let me-
managed to retrieve a Daryl crossbow from the show?
I think every season but one, I have them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. And I think all of us have written that note at a hotel. But yeah, I have at least 9 crossbows, which is a felony here in Manhattan, and I have them.
Yeah.
I'm admitting it right
But again,
I can't even
remember,
tell
when in
you how
doubt, I'm
frustrated
on
I
The
am with
Walking
Manhattan.
Dead.
With New York.
Leave a
Scott
note,
can write me a note.
and it'll be fine. Signed, Scott M. Gimple.
Takira, I
what
got it
picture
when
did you bring
I was on
today
AMC
from
Premiere, and they gave us a really good special to switch
Can
over
you put
to
up?
Plus.
Can you put up Norman's picture?
Sure.
It was like
I used to have Premiere, and I canceled it.
I pay
Yeah,
$60 a year, maybe something like that. So
I,
it's like
um,
half price. Or
I
something?
have it added to my Prime because the AMC app is so bad.
Right
It is
there.
kind of bad.
But yeah, when I found out that we were playing
So I do it
Brothers,
through Prime, but I get Shutter that way too. So
it's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, right. And Rooker is I mean, not only is he a tornado in person, but in that film, he's a tornado. He's so good in that. And that picture was taken right when he and I were starting to get in our brotherhood. I have so many fond memories of working with Michael, so I chose that photo.
And what?
He's a legend.
Where do you see Daryl now after all this time, after all these years, in their universe, many, many, many years? What do you think has been the most interesting growth part of him?
Takira.
Nice. Oh, wow. I mean, he started out so different. You know,
I'm freaking out a little.
On that show, Rob
I want
was,
that price.
he finally earned some respect from those people, and then he stood up for those people. And I think the character in that photo is much different than the character in the clip you just showed, for sure. But you know what was interesting about watching that clip, and I haven't seen that before, is the audience. I mean, first off, you're all maniacs for screaming at what you screamed at, but I did notice when Carol walks up to Daryl, you guys got totally silent, which was crazy. Like, walked up and to see what that interaction is going to be, you guys got completely silent. And I noticed that, and I really love working with Melissa. Like, she's honestly
that comment with context is so much better.
And there's been a lot of talk. Chill, but it's going to be fine.
Even more.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that. But, you know, I've established so many great relationships with these actors up here, and the ones that have come, like the Scott Wilson, like, you know, you guys know how I feel about Scott Wilson. But, you know, it's been a real honor coming to Comic-Con every year and meeting you guys. And, you know, the love goes both ways. So thank you all for all of that.
I was going to say something and I forgot. Of course he would say that.
The next question for Lauren Cohan,
Melissa McBride. Of course.
Who's had such an interesting show.
I hate you,
you left for a
really.
little while, came back, and did it feel any different when you came
Dave's
back?
already furiously typing on Twitter. Hashtag not my Carol.
Did it feel any different when you came back, or did it feel familiar, or what was the feeling?
Yeah, I just don't even know. It's so funny. Let's think. I don't know.
What's the good answer I can
You
give
know,
to this?
last time, not to answer for you, just to set you up here. Last time you were at New York Comic Con, I believe, you were
That was
dressed
a
as
great
Negan
moment that I was there for.
and Jason.
She was cosplaying as
People
Jason.
announced that she was coming back to the show.
That happened at New York Comic Con.
That was
As
the last
a
time we were in
questioner.
person.
She
I believe
asked
that
a
was
question.
2019.
Oh wow! That's
And she pulled off the Jason mask and she joined everybody on
That was
stage,
New York Comic Con.
saying that she was going to be back in the
Bats,
bonus
a leather
episode.
jacket, and a Jason mask.
Yeah. Yes. And I'll be coming back as Negan.
That's the twist.
It's the twist, everybody.
Did you bring a photo? Did
I wrote a photo. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what.
I heard that's
photo
what
you
we were
brought.
doing. So
What does this photo mean to you?
we have had many death dinners on the show, as you guys all know, but this was not a death dinner, and this moment here
this is the one where Andrew Lincoln's in the
it was
background.
someone's birthday, and there were like many blurry ones that I had to choose from, but I chose this because it was the blurriest. So
Nope.
I just really and there were some that were like where everybody was even more crazed and bug-eyed than this, but this felt good. So this was kind of for me like a nice time we all had together when we weren't giving speeches of farewell and death. So it's really out of character.
Takira.
I mean, you mentioned
Yeah,
the
I think
sort
a
of
lot
like
of people
the
have been
farewell
on
death.
that ride
Like
with,
the fact that you're all
Maggie.
here is amazing. Like you made it. This
In
is like
different
golden
iterations.
ticket zone. You know. Jeffrey D. Morgan, did you ever think Negan's journey would go this far?
No. No,
Just no.
Originally, it was going to be 3 years. I think that was the deal. I think that I had a conversation with Scott, and it was like you got to be on it for at least 3 years if you want to be part of this show. And I was like, that seems like a long time. Little did I know
So
that
the end of
8 years
8.
later or whatever, we'd still be here. It was a no. Well, God bless you. Thank you. And that 8 years has gone by like that. I can't believe that we're here and celebrating the end of this show as we know it. It's unbelievable to me. And there's been so many kind of iterations of this show through the years, losing people, having people come back. And it's been one hell of a fucking ride. I'll say that. And thank you, all of you, for coming along all these years as well. Longer than I've been here, for sure.
What picture did you bring? Can we bring up JDM's photo?
Yeah.
They're not showing us the
This
photo.
was
I know. I was just trying to look on Twitter to see if I could find.
Well, we put them on the screen earlier anyway.
I know, but I was like, maybe I could find them now, but I couldn't.
I don't think any of us were anticipating him leaving, and it was a weird little moment in time. But there you go.
Hell of a beard off, though,
also,
between the two.
it is a beard off.
Yeah.
Who's standing in the
by the way,
background?
mine
Is that-
kicked
is-
ass.
Is that Caitlin in the background? In the far background?
Was it what?
Caitlin.
Yeah.
Caitlin Nacon. Next is Stephen Young.
Yeah.
Remember that photo in the backyard?
Paola Lazaro, it's so wonderful to see you.
No, I thought that was Lauren's favorite. That was Lauren's picture.
Lauren's was
Am I
Andy's
working
death dinner.
Aussie? Okay.
He brought the one with the
Hey,
cookout.
Oh, okay.
So let's
Sneak
just talk
Kenrick.
about Princess's journey and what has that meant to you these last few years and being up here for this last panel.
I mean, it's been life changing. And I remember when I got the call that I got the job. You know how you see in movies that people fall to their knees and they start crying and you're like, yeah, that shit doesn't happen. It does. It does. I worked my butt off for this part, and I bought a prayer mat for my knees because I was praying on my knees every night. And I didn't leave my house for 2 weeks working on it. So when I got the call, I literally fell on my knees and started sobbing. Yeah. It has definitely changed my life. I have found a new family, and with you guys and the amount of support that you guys give us it's truly life changing. So, and playing Princess has been a freaking blast. Princess is me. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Princess loves you back. Princess is me when I was 7 years old, like that energy and like that ha. So I think it was meant for me to do it, and it happened, and I'm very thankful.
What is
I cannot picture a more perfect person
What's your favorite part?
to play Princess. I mean,
her
she is
vulnerability.
Princess.
Because I feel like I'm like that too. Like I can be pretty tough, I think, but also very vulnerable and very caring. And I think that she just reminds me of that innocent joy that I had as a child that I try to bring back every day.
I love that she could be in a room for like 30 seconds and clock exactly what's going on, and like with everyone in the room know exactly what's
I
happening.
like that we're
That's
seeing
right.
Princess
Me too.
grow up.
I do too.
Like,
what did you bring? What picture did you
morphs
bring,
from
Paola?
the way we first see her.
Pull it up.
Oh, this is the one of her and Norman.
That picture because that was probably like the fourth time I'd seen Norman, and that shows you that picture, the kindness of these people and the way they welcome you. And I just think it perfectly, ¿cómo se dice? Encapsulates. How do you say that? Encapsulates.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Exactly.
Shut up.
The hug that these
So cute. I just love her.
and then you
Wonderful.
guys gave.
This next question is for Lauren Ridloff. Lauren, it's so wonderful to have you here and just see all the amazing things that you've been doing the last couple of years. It's just been absolutely wonderful to watch.
What a ride.
What do you think Connie has taught you? And then secondly, what do you think she's taught the fans of The Walking Dead as well?
I think that what Connie has really taught me is to really lead with your heart rather than your mind. Because I tend to overthink things. I can get a little excited. I've been very anxious. But in my mind, Connie is one of those people who really is just tough. And once she has her mind set on something, once she knows what's right in her heart, she just follows it without question. And that's what I love about Connie. When I first started playing her, season 9, I often would ask myself when I'm going through just hard things in life, what would Connie do? And what would Connie do? I think she has taught me a lot. But what do I think Connie has taught the fans?
Of TWD.
Well, it's a wonderful moment for me when I actually went to a small fan fest in Sonoya. I was meeting some of the fans, and I was just shocked at how many people came up to me prepared
to
have a conversation with me.
It's so funny because some of them will say it the correct way and some of them say it
it's not a big deal.
the way that it's spelled.
It's not a big deal the way I live my life day to day. But what really is a big deal is how do we converse? How do we communicate? And I think through The Walking Dead and through Connie's interaction with the rest of the cast, and being part of Magna's group and Daryl and everybody up here, the fans watched that and learned that there's no limit to how people communicate and connect, through whether it's gestures or writing notes and just eye contact. So I think that has meant so much to me. And I think that's what the fans have learned from Connie and the rest of the cast on The Walking Dead and their storylines.
I agree. And that it's not limited to just regular.
I know I've asked you this before, but I love to talk about it.
Well, so often regular communication will not work.
Massive universes now.
But
how
it works with the fans.
Does it
for the most
feel
part.
normal yet, or is it still how does it feel?
I'm still geeking out that I'm even sitting up here between the two of these guys. I mean, oh my God.
I'm geeking out at her geeking out.
It's so cute.
I talked to Eleanor Matsura, who, by the way,
love her.
I don't know if you follow Eleanor on Instagram, you saw that she posted a photo last night because we both have new babies.
Both new pet. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Yes,
New
hi.
pets.
We're both new
What?
parents.
Yeah, and so I saw your picture, and I think you might have been in the bathroom because there was a sleeping baby in the next room. Like,
That's right.
I know this. Like the sleeping baby takes priority.
If you know, you know. If you're solo traveling as a parent, the baby sleeps in the room, and then where do you go? So you have to sneak into the bathroom. I took my wine and the little fruit plate. Had myself a little party for one on the bathroom floor. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, basically wherever the baby sleeps is fine as long as the baby's sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't. It's all good.
Yeah, you don't ever wake the baby.
So,
Should we wake her for
what have you,
feeding? No.
Found the most challenging this season?
Oh, this season?
Yeah, this past season.
I mean, it was a big pivot, I suppose, for Yumiko. I'd started out the show being very much in the woods, in the trenches, dirty, and I kind of liked it. And then all of a sudden I have this hard pivot to being in a suit and having very clean shoes. And it was weird because I'd walk onto set and people were like, "Are you about to sell us a house? What's going on? What's happening?"
I know that tweed suit she wears.
But I think, the challenge as if I can speak for as a whole, my time on the show, I guess I never really told anyone how terrified I was when I first started the show. It's so beloved by all of you guys. It's such a massive, it's a beautiful, incredible show. I'm so honored to be a part of it. And I would go to work when I first started. I was so scared. And I think that's one of the reasons I
thank you for
chose the
sharing
photo
that
I did, because I remember how I felt in that photo. It was just every day I felt like the next episode I'm going to get killed off. I just know it. I know. I'm going to get killed off. And this photo was we'd made it to the end of the season, our little gang that started, and the relief that we felt that we whatever happens, we've done it. But then I realized in that moment, I was this show means a lot to me. I've just got here. I feel like I've just got here and I don't want to go. So, that was probably the hardest thing, to have to deal with that feeling every day, coming into work, being I love this job. I love this show. I don't want to leave. I don't want it to stop. I'm sure you everyone here feels the same way, right? It's
Yeah, the photo in question we showed earlier is.
Also, I wanted to go back for a sec because Lauren Ridloff
Kelly,
also brought a photo,
Connie.
and I wanted to make sure that we showed it. Let's see Lauren's photo. Oh, so what is?
I almost picked that one too.
What does this photo mean to you, Lauren?
Photo.
Well, I was really craving sushi, and I got some sushi. I guess that's it. No. Really, this was when we first joined the cast, and I was just a reoccurring at the time, and I didn't quite know if I would be staying on the show and for how long. But what I really loved about this group, and they made me feel it was so intimate and comfortable. And Avi Nash, he was already on the show for a while, but still was one of the newer ones, and he took us out. We were sitting there having a great conversation, enjoying some bad sushi. It was quite bad, right?
Wasn't
LA, it wasn't great, but it was great friends. So it was a very good moment.
Wonderful.
Oh, sorry.
It is these moments of like, I don't.
Eleanor's
I
photo
always
was
appreciated
of her in the bathroom with
coming
the
here
fruit.
and
This is the one with
communing with
everybody.
people,
Magnus
but
Group,
the last couple of years when we had to do like Zoom panels, there's literally nothing that compares to this experience. There's not anything that substitutes for being in front of people, being to see people, talk to people, hug people, hang out. So I am just like, I know it was a long pandemic, but it's just like, all of a sudden we're here and there's thousands of people here and you're here. So again, thank you for coming. It's wonderful. And I hope you're having a nice time as well. And you're getting to connect with people again. As we go to Michael James Shaw. So much love for Mercer. So much love for Mercer.
What's up, New York Comic Con? Hey!
He's a New York native too, right?
That I don't know.
Trait of Mercer's would you say helps him serve the Commonwealth best as its protector?
Devotion.
The traits that served him the best were his discipline, and that's something that wasn't really alive in me. And Mercer kind of helped me tap into that like monk life. And yeah, Paola will attest. Yeah, it was really tricky to get me out on a Friday night. I was in the gym or doing jujitsu.
You go to the gym?
It's been a while, But yeah, that discipline, I feel like it was drilled into me as a young man, and playing this guy brought me closer to home in a way. My father passed away this year, and it was rough. Thank you. And this cast right here, and Greg and Angela were a world of support. And I'm happy that you all got to meet Mercer, because there's a lot of John Henry Shaw in him.
Quote, but nothing compares to that.
I know.
I love you guys.
I do think it's beautiful that you share that with people who might be going through a similar situation, and it gives a connection point. And I know you and I have talked about this before, and the fact that you were able to take that and, bring him into the character to share with the world has just been absolutely incredible. And I really appreciate that you share that with everybody. One of the other things about Mercer is that he's able to compartmentalize. Do you feel like this makes him stronger, or do you think in some ways does that hinder him to compartmentalize so much?
Yeah, it's definitely a hindrance, because you don't ever get to be yourself all the time. You're playing the commander, and behind closed doors, you get to be a lover. You can't really express your love for your sister.
This is awkward for me.
No, you're in the best
you
place
can't
possible.
really. In the first few episodes, he wasn't really showing any of the love he had for Max, and that was kind of painful to know that we're brother and sister, but not be able to express that. The compartmentalizing was probably like driving him crazy.
Did you bring a photo? Do we have a photo for Mike?
So just like,
oh, look at that,
his character. Just like the Commonwealth.
You may not recognize the
unraveling
gentleman to my right, but that's Greg Nicotero.
I didn't see this picture.
I didn't either.
He had moonlighted a couple times as a walker, and I had the pleasure of working with him that day with Lauren and the whole crew. But there are a lot of like big boys with toys moments on The Walking Dead.
We read that,
and I feel like the best ones I've had have been with Greg, like straight up. Episode 17, and that was the first moment we got to see Mercer rock his axes. It's a fun day.
I just want to sort of set up that we're going to have time for fan questions. I want to make sure we leave some room for that. Hopefully we might just go over a couple minutes, but not long. New York Comic Con, I promise. 4 hours later. And then that one time But let's just, if you guys have some questions, please, we want to make sure that we have time for them.
Oh, okay. This is where we started.
Is it? So let's first talk about
think
Daryl's
so.
off Norman.
Is it? Because it's going to be Norman and it's epic.
Tell us about the Daryl spinoff.
It's epic. Scott looking at me. You know. Wow. It's in France.
This is this is where we started. Yep. Mhm.
Epic in scale. I mean, it's fucking epic. I've been on Location Scouts over there for a bit.
Okay, so that's where we'll end it. We this is where we picked up the live stream. Let's see if there's anything afterwards. I don't think so, but
That panel!
Get out of here!
Here we go. Wait.
One more time, make some noise for this Walking Dead.
What are you doing? That's my email. That's all I heard. Everybody's taking photos of themselves on the. Who knows when the next time they're going to be out here? Anyway, folks. Okay, that's it for us. Thank you all for being here, Takira. Basically, who knows who else?
We're only ever doing this show for one person.
That's it. Only one person, and
I don't like it any other way.
Today it's Takira. Last several thousand episodes was Mitchell. And Takira's probably gone by now. She's like, I gotta cook dinner. Anyway, thank
she's
you.
here.
Oh, is she? Okay, there we go. Oh, she hopped on YouTube. Okay. Thank
you.
So you don't even know what's going to happen next because we probably got dinged on YouTube probably by now. I probably got a takedown notice from the Popverse, Read Pop. But I will happily take the hit because this is going to be on audio podcast. So fuck. Anyways, so thank you all for being here. This was not supposed to go on for 2 hours, but it did. Thanks to you. And thanks to your influence to not make me do it, which of course I'm so stubborn that I will do it and get the subscription just to pay like 30 minutes of the panel that we missed. So thank you for being out here. Again, if you are supportive, if you want to join us on this journey behind the scenes, we did actually ask our Whispers tier members to join us today to do this live stream on our Discord, on ko-fi.com/squawkingdead, and on patreon.com/squawkingdead. We will try to get our Whispers tier members more included. Our Survivors tier members, that's the top tier. Those folks join us during our episode breakdowns. Bridget was once one, but we said, fuck that. Bridget, stop paying money. Be a host. So there you go. That could happen. You never know. And special thanks to Ryan.
Adding hosts.
Yeah, right. Special thanks to Ryan Hoke. I did thank him on Patreon, but he did claim the one absurdly priced Survivors tier membership at $100 a month.
Shut up, Ryan.
So thank you,
Why
Ryan.
Are you the best.
Enjoy
We love
all the
you.
swag that comes with it. You'll get a mug, a t-shirt, and a sticker by the time month 3 rolls around.
I'm
I
just
try to
gonna
throw in as much as possible
Yeah,
for
just send him everything. Just
I'll
send,
just send you everything.
Send him-
By the way, he's
send him
going to
the whole
send it
thing.
back to my address. He'd be like, no, I don't need it. I just want you to support the family. I'm like, okay, God, why are you so mean, Ryan? Thank you, I think.
Thank you. We love you, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But thank you, LV. No, I know, but like, we need to soften some of make your edges baby proof is what we're saying.
No, we love you
No.
exactly how you are.
Yeah, exactly. I had the privilege of meeting him at Fandemic, and I mean, there's nothing more to say. He's just a really sweet guy who loves supporting creators on in the Walking Dead family, and especially creators who try to, as much as possible to give back. And I don't even know how we do it half the time because we're so busy chasing our own tail most of the time.
Speaking of giving back, there is a GoFundMe.
We have mentioned it in the unedited episode, but Rachel did get into a car accident at the beginning of the month, last weekend, and the car is not totaled, but had it been totaled, it would have been better because then her insurance would have replaced it. she needs this car to get to at least one of her 3 jobs that she's currently embroiled in to make money for herself and her family for the most part, because she's basically the breadwinner. She needs her help. She's trying to raise money, $8,000 to fix, possibly, hopefully it's less, but it's looking like about $8,000 to fix her car so that she can get to work. Barring that, hopefully get a used car for as much money as you can help provide with this GoFundMe. We're going to put it in the link in the description of this video. You can actually get to it via Squawking Dead's social media as well. I did leave a video and a link in bio and on our Twitter and basically everywhere. So please consider giving to this GoFundMe, or please, if you can't give, please share it out in your stories, retweet it on Twitter, share it from Facebook, everywhere. Not an or situation. And if you're following us anywhere, share it everywhere so that you may reach the ears and hopefully pockets of folks who may be able to help. Helping her helps us make a better podcast at the very least, but helping her would be helping a tremendous human being whom we love very much, and making her life easier makes the world's life easier. That's how big an impact she has had on many people, and especially me. She single-handedly, by just showing up, but then also being her, saved this podcast. I'm going to say it out loud. I haven't said it quite as dramatically as that before, because there's a part of me that doesn't like to share my feelings sometimes, believe it or not, which is weird because I've cried on this podcast before. But yeah, that's why I call her my North Star. And I've said that before, but she has really kept the lights on in terms of just wanting to keep doing this. Mm-hmm. She made it so that I kept going. She doesn't always know / or appreciate or is 100% aware of that, but I try to remind her every chance I get. So thank you for sharing that post. Thank you for donating if you have. And thank you for joining us for this live stream. I've been your host, David Cameo. We were joined by Bridget, ko-fi.com/punkybrewster. That's PUNKYBRUISETER. And Sharon D, aka Blazy Gardner. And of course, Rachel did pop on for a little while that she could. That's Cosmom09, Rachel Burt. Thanks for everybody for joining us. Thank you for the patience, as we did not know that there was a live stream by Repub. This is the first time ever in New York Comic Con history that they did live streams. So I'm glad we were able to find it. Thank you to whomever it was on the Twitter feed.
It was Takira. Thank you.
Was it Takira? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Takira. Thank you. Because then we were able to do this. And have a great night and weekend, and pay close attention to our ko-fi.com/squawkingdead and patreon.com/squawkingdead for some really, really cool things that are coming up.
Especially maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow at 1.
Maybe.
Be free at 1 p.m., please.
Just maybe.
Yeah,
just maybe.
Could join in on a special conversation.
Might be like something really cool. So
yeah, could be. You never know.
Maybe.
But undoubtedly cool things to come, regardless if tomorrow does come to fruition or not. So take care, everybody. We'll see you later. Have a great weekend. Love you. And good night.
Love you guys.
Good night. Thank you for hanging in there as we broke the news coming out of and also reacted to the actual live stream of the Walking Dead panel at New York Comic Con 2022. Thanks to the popverse.com/readpop who hosts New York Comic Con. Remember, if you like what you've heard, make sure to rate us at ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead. 5 stars and an eggplant is all we need to know that you love us. But tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like. Tell us what we missed. But remember to tell us after every single episode. It does count. It does matter. And best of all, we'll post your rating on social media. And on to our tier members whom support us in our endeavors. We like to thank our Survivors and Whisperers tier members in that order. It's just another perk that they receive for supporting us at ko-fi.com/squawkingdead and patreon.com/squawkingdead. And they are the following: Aliza Jones at AlizaJones71 on Instagram and at JonesAJ6 on Twitter, Jasmine at Jasmine.iac on Instagram, Linda Peck Athens, ko-fi.com/fanartlindy, Linda Jennings, admin of the Facebook group Walking Dead is Freaking Amazing, that's Walking Dead is Freaking Amazing, and Ryan Hoke over on Patreon, who, as I mentioned before, bought the only absurdly priced Survivors tier membership over on patreon.com/squawkingdead, who is going to be receiving a bunch of cool extra perks for joining there. That's at Real Ryan GM on Twitter. Next up is our Whispers tier members, who were also invited to join us on camera and mic to react to this live stream. They are Judith Morton at judith.morton on Instagram, Aiden Atkin, that's ko-fi.com/Aiden Atkin, Tyler Phillip Cox, who's at Tyler Phillip Cox on Instagram and Twitter, at FrostedAngel67 on Twitter, at sandy.d.morrison on Facebook, at J13 Voorhees on Instagram and Twitter, and at MRTNYVet on Twitter as well. I want to thank you so much for listening to this podcast this time and always. We hope to see you again really soon. Thank you so much for your listenership, and we'll see you in the next one.